See 'em? Well, open your damn eyes in. It's the old-timey country down-home red state update podcast and them. Coming to you from a bunker underneath Jackie's Market in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And here they are, both of them.
Hey there, everybody. This is Jackie Bros.
Folks, people, Jackie.
Yeah.
My name is Dunlap the man, Dirtlap the dirt nap. Your
I
uncle
know
cousin.
what your name is. You telling me?
It's an introduction. How many of these have we done?
You said Jackie, and then you said...
I was acknowledging the audience. I was acknowledging my sidekick.
All right. Ain't no sidekick.
And then I said my name. Folks, people, if you're listening to this for the first time, this is the Red State Update podcast. Jackie and I are Trump-hating rednecks from Murfreesboro, Tennessee.
Yeah.
I would say, could you still call yourself a conservative?
What does it mean now? Tell me what the hell that means. I don't know what it means anymore.
I mean, how much today did you kiss Donald Trump's ass?
None. I
guess you're a fucking liberal snowflake.
I'll watch it.
Soy boy.
I don't want to hear it.
Why don't you go back to...
I ain't no liberal. I'm independent now. I told you that. I don't want to be associated with Nazis or Ku Klux Klan. I don't want to put no children, locking no children up. I'm against all of that. And if that's what being a Republican is, then count me out.
Longtime Republicans, longtime conservatives, online presence, folks, since 2005. You wouldn't believe how long we've been doing this same old stupid fucking shit.
All right, don't say it
and
like that.
And now we're doing a podcast where 300-something episodes in, Donald Trump is president. I don't know which is worse. So this is the part of the podcast where we yell about Donald Trump and all the terrible things he's doing to us. We bang our heads against the wall. Next week, his approval ratings will probably be in the 50s. Then coming up, we're going to have some local sponsors from here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. That's the fun part. That's when you can say, are they done being mad yet?
No.
You and your privilege.
I'm still mad doing the sponsors. I just,
Maybe today we'll take a break. We'll have a drink. We'll pop some pills. We'll get relaxed. We'll smoke a doob.
No.
We'll come back in
I ain't doing none of that.
Well, then that's why you can... Your face has been red since 2016.
Well, it's hot, too. It's summertime, too.
It is.
Yeah,
Hot Tennessee August weather.
Yeah.
I got stung by a fucking sweat bee on the way over here.
I have to cuss all.
Fuck a sweat bee.
Watch your mouth. I don't want to hear it all. Just to start off that way. I don't want to
Folks,
hear
we're
it.
about to give you some of that hard-hitting news and hot-ass takes that you're used to from the Red State Update podcast. But just to briefly update you on the sweat bee situation. I don't know, you may not have a picture of me in your mind if you've never seen me, but picture somebody who it just drop dead. One of those people when they walk into the room, jaws hit the floor like, what, is that a real person?
I don't know much about computers, but I know if you get in there and type in a Red State Update, you're going to see a picture of him, and it ain't too flattering, I tell you that right now.
I'm just going to say that I have a few, maybe I haven't been hitting the gym as much as I should have ought to been. Maybe I ain't been doing leg day like I ought to should have been. Maybe I've been going to getting them Taco Bell French fries more than I ought to should have been. But let me just tell you, I do have a few folds and creases in my body, and sweat pools up in them, and then them little fucking sweat bees get in there.
Mouth. I heard it. I don't want to hear it.
What? Who made that? Did God just be like, okay, they're going when they get fat and sweaty and they live in Tennessee where it's humid as fuck?
Maybe watch your mouth.
Then I'm
Maybe
gonna send
God
a little
did.
bug
He
to
put that
sting the shit out of
to
them.
get all the flaps and crevices off your body. Maybe that's what it is. He's trying to get you to stay in shape. If you get big, get sweat pockets, sweat creases all over you, you're going to get some,
So you're saying that God's a fat shamer? Because I don't think that's true.
It ain't necessarily about that. He ain't saying nothing, is he? He just, doing what he's doing. He trying to motivate you in some way without calling you whatever.
God made us the way we are.
Well,
Red and yellow, black and... Is that racist?
He made...
They used to sing that in school, red and yellow, black and white, we are precious in His sight. It sounds kind of racist, I'm going to be honest.
Well, nowadays, yeah, I mean, back then the intention was good, but like a lot of things.
I'm sorry I said it.
Well,
do they still sing that in Vacation Bible School? Because make them stop.
Better way. What rhymes with Asian?
Caucasian?
There you go. Caucasian,
it's kind
Asian.
Of the same. Caucasian, Asian.
African American, right?
Maybe it doesn't have to rhyme. Maybe they stop the song and they just read a list. And that could be like every day.
Well,
like today, Susie gets to read the list.
That's just a prayer, though. You need this. Children learn gospel and about Jesus and evidently a little education of racism through songs. That's how you teach little children. You know, it needs to rhyme and it needs to have music to it, because otherwise it's just praying and, you know, child doze off during that. Regular church, child goes to sleep.
Well, if they do this weird recitation of all the races that Jesus loves, but by their correct names, call them by their correct 2018 names.
Yeah.
If you do that after the Kool-Aid and the cookies at Vacation Bible School, the kids will still be awake. And they'll be barely containing their energy. Maybe if you make that the capper, and when we get done with this, we'll go out on the swing set. That's the man running the Vacation
Well,
Bible
they ain't
School.
going to be thinking about the swing set. They ain't going to be thinking about...
That's all they're thinking about anyway.
Well,
it doesn't matter at what
if you
point.
give them a little song, children like to sing little songs, so, you know.
Yes, to get through it so they can go out to the swing set. Or to the cookies or the Kool-Aid.
I think there's another way you can say all, you know, the correct terms for various races, whatever everybody wants to be called, and I'd have to check and read up on that. But I think there's a way to make that rhyme, I think.
I will say that song is probably better than the one they sung 10 years before.
Oh, good Lord, I don't know what it was. I wouldn't know.
We're moving slow, but we're moving. And then them kids get stung by sweat bees, little fat kids. They get their little dirt ring around their fat little necks.
Well.
And then they get stung by a sweat bee, and they're like, shit.
Well.
And so the Vacation Bible School teacher gets mad, and they're like, Dunlap, or whoever, I told you, don't watch your mouth. Like, I wish I've never even heard about Jesus. Like, you don't say that. Come here.
People been telling you to watch your mouth since you was old enough to
move
your tongue around.
Yeah, that's how old I am now, too.
What?
I'm old enough to move that tongue around.
All right, I don't want to hear it. I wasn't saying it that way. I was talking about you being a smart aleck and saying bad language all the time.
Consensually.
What?
Jackie, the news is crazy.
It is crazy. You know, what you just said
Not
about...
a good kind of crazy, like, oh, did you see that new Robin Williams movie? Well, now that's sad.
I hadn't seen that, but yeah.
They shouldn't have said. There's not one.
There's not a new one, no.
There won't be.
I thought there's something on TV about
There's
it.
a documentary.
Well, that ain't a real movie.
I meant like an actor with him wearing a costume.
Oh, yeah. Doctor or something. Yeah, he was a soldier and a doctor. I know those two things I remember him being.
Every actor's been a soldier and a doctor.
I think that's something, you know, if you ain't played a doctor or a soldier, and back in the 70s now you had masks on. So literally every actor of that time, mask was on for years and years and years. So everybody played a soldier and a doctor at some point. You're right about that. What do they play them on nowadays? I don't know what's on TV.
I think they still play doctors or patients. And maybe people that they talk to on Law and Order.
Oh, yeah. They got different jobs on Law and Order. I mean, you know, the people they're dealing with. Criminal come in all sizes, all different shapes and sizes and professions. Criminals, yeah.
If you knew what a criminal looked like, you wouldn't have to go through the first 45 minutes of Law and Order. You just walk up to the criminal and say, you did it.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's how a lot of police work already.
Well, yeah. Law and Order ain't
not in
like
a good
that,
way.
But, you know, I know what you're saying. You just what you talking
You
about
can't
here.
be racist around Ice-T.
I ain't going to be
He'll kick your
racist
ass.
to nobody. Now, listen, what you talk about, how we're moving slow, things change slow, but at least it's changing or whatever, and the needle's moving slow, but we're trying to get to the right, we're trying to know trying to respect one another, some of us are, not everybody, trying to respect everybody, trying to get, you know, what needs to be said, say it out loud, what's true, what not. and the whole time it seems like things are positive in that area, then you remember that we have President Dumbass.
That's what Jackie calls President Trump.
Excuse my language, and I should have used it. That's the only time I've cussing in years and years and years. But I have to cuss a little bit when it comes to President Dumbass. Excuse my language, and that's all there is to it.
Let me propose this to you first.
All right.
That's a sound that a party's about to happen, or I'm about to propose a hot take on the progress of this country and social justice-wise. Maybe all this time we've been like, we move slow, but the arc of it bends towards we're slow, but we're getting there. Maybe we've been moving too slow. Maybe we moved so slow that it allowed the Nazis to get ahead of us. Maybe all this time we're like, well, progress moves a little slow. You can't rush things. Maybe we should have rushed some shit like back in the 70s or 60s. Let's just go back, like right then. Maybe we should have really put 1860s. Actually, let's even go back a little. Maybe we should just wrote some stuff down in laws about how to treat fellow citizens, and not just kind of we're gonna get there. It's piece by piece, one day at a time. That's what Miss Christy Lane sings, and that's where we're headed right now. Is that who sings that song?
I don't know. I think Christy Lane sings
something I tuned out in Vacation Bible School.
Well, it just don't make any sense. The point being that women are finally getting their say about things what should have been said all along. Men, how awful men treated women for years. Terrible things we see police doing to people of color on the computer all the damn time, and all this stuff is people were talking about it, were pointing out, and they stop, and the whole time we got a damn. Ku Klux Klan man, what's it, Miller? What is his name?
Stephen Miller.
He's running things in the White House. I don't understand. I guess at this time you need to be as hard as you can the other way. I guess that's what it is. We need to call this out. We need to deal with this. We got to do that. And I guess we got to be a little bit louder because we're going up against, the damn government.
A Nazi weasel who has the ear of the president. Or just does what he wants, and the president. He basically, it's a new thing Stephen Miller come up with, is he wants to prevent legal immigrants from reaching citizen status if they've used social services. So if they've used food stamps, then you can't become a citizen even if you come here legally through the legal routes, which is basically just like throwing up a Trump-based racist flashcards and just grabbing two, like food stamps, immigrants, put them together. And if you can stick it to legal immigrants at the same time, that really doubles down. That shows that 40% that Stephen Miller is looking out for their best interest. Well, not their best interest, just their worst impulses. Well, Stephen Miller is looking out for your worst impulses.
Good Lord Almighty. Now, it ain't enough for him to lock up children in cages. That ain't enough. We got to go further. We got to get harder.
Yep. Yeah. It's like porn.
What?
Which is probably sexist. Now that I think about it, maybe I shouldn't bring up porn. But you start. Listen, this is what they always say about porn.
I don't want to hear what nobody says about porn. I don't want to talk about it. No.
The rap on it is when you start indulging your kinks, it always takes a little bit more to get you harder. You got to get harder.
Right,
I'm looking at this through the men lens. The men's lens, which is how everything has been portrayed.
Just shut it.
Provided to you, so the men's lens. So I'm just sharing my experience with you right now. You just start pressing up against those.
I don't want to hear
those borders, and you're like, this was new and exciting to me last week, and that I could watch a video of this blew my mind. But now I'm like, don't I need 3 people doing it?
What?
Like Stephen Miller's like, oh yeah, I can. This is exciting. I put kids in cages. And then he's like, well, what's next? I mean, you're always thinking, what's next?
Well, also, they made them stop doing that. The damage been done, so I ain't saying give them. Remember, the President Dumbass wanted everybody to thank him for stopping something that he put into motion. That's one of the few times I've seen something turn around pretty quick. Of course, we didn't know what they was doing for a while. Like, are they doing? I think they're taking children, putting them in cages.
They're still in cages.
I know they're still in cages, and I know there's lots of them that ain't with their parents. They quit tearing them away from their parents, I think. It didn't take too long once they got out on American people. I guess there's a little bit of hope left because the numbers on that must have been rough because he turned around saying, we're going to stop this right now. I'm going to take care of this.
But Stephen Mueller still gets to look at Twitter comments where people going like, well, then they shouldn't bring them here. He goes, yeah.
Well, yeah.
Okay, forget about the porn. Let's just go back to the part. What about supervillains? Supervillains, porn. I feel like we talk about both those things a lot.
I don't ever talk about porn.
What does Lex Luthor want in the first Superman movie? What's his big plan?
He on real estate. He gonna blow up California and sink it in the ocean, and then he'd own all the new coastline or whatever.
And what's the second one? He's working with a alien.
He just
general.
Wants Australia.
Oh, that's right. So
he's helping them out. He said, "I'll show you where Superman lives. I'll give you his address, and you give me Australia."
All right. So maybe this
he wants land. Is all he wants.
What I was going to say was that the supervillain, their plans get bigger with every sequel. But I guess maybe the villains get bigger. Like you can't top like Lex Luthor. Him trying to the coastline. That's about as far as he could go. That's for that Lex Luthor. That was far out thinking. And the next one, he's just like, you know what? I'm just going to let the aliens do it. I'll just get some kangaroos.
Yeah.
What was he going to do in Australia?
I don't know. He just wanted to run things, as he wanted to own things or whatever. And what's sad is the people that want to run things that are horrible, racist people are the ones that are running things now. And I was going to say this. How fast that turned around, because you don't see them. Usually it's always doubling down. I'm going to make a lie bigger. I'm going to make it worse. I'm going to get, that's usually how this administration works. But on that case, they turned that around real fast, and there's something happened while in between. Last time we talked on one of these, it was that again. Had to turn. Now, he didn't do it, but they had to get somebody out there on, what is it, Twitters? Mm-hmm. LeBron James. And him running him down for no damn reason. He ran him down because I saw what it was. I saw, we talked to Don Lemon before. He seemed like a nice man. I like Don Lemon. I watch him every now and then. But he just got mad because LeBron James said, I don't want to sit across from President Dumbass, excuse my language. He's a better man than me because he didn't use that word on TV, and I'm doing it right here. But I'll sit across from Barack Obama.
If he hadn't said the Obama part,
that was you wouldn't have brought it up. That was all that it was. He got so damn mad he had to get on. It's like a 14-year-old, just pitiful. But they had to turn around. That people love sports. People basketball. They don't like. He already ruined football for most of everybody.
If you don't like sports, you like somebody building a school.
That's pitiful. Yeah, all that.
Like the best press LeBron James has gotten. Everybody was like, oh, LeBron James, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Building a school. Everybody liked him. And then Trump's like, dumb as a rock.
Yeah. That's all it was. He got his feelings hurt. But they had to turn around on that real fast. Now, they could get him to do it, but they figured out a way. They got it. Like, I don't know who listens to her. The news does, but I'm not ever waiting in a bated breath to hear what nothing against her. Melania Trump has to say, yes, his wife.
How did that happen? She put out a statement saying, like, oh.
They had to backtrack is what it was.
Well, why did they go through her?
Because he couldn't do it. He can't,
He can't do it, so they said, well, you. But that doesn't even make. Well, but nothing makes sense.
Nope.
If I'm sifting through this desert creek looking for the gold dust of something that makes sense in the Trump administration, I'm not going to find. I'm going back to Pennsylvania empty-handed.
It's a bunch of crazy people and Nazis. I mean, Nazis are crazy, but you know what I mean. It's crazy. I know all conservative people, how dare you call, and I used to be conservative. I used to be Republican. How dare you call me a Nazi? That's the reason we ain't ever going to get together. Well, you're putting children that ain't white in cages because they ain't white. And you can say it's because from another country or whatever. It's the same thing, you know. It ain't nothing Stephen Miller ever done to prove me that he ain't a racist. I ain't ever seen nothing the man said or done because he don't care. He don't care that people know. He wants people to know.
What has Trump ever done to prove that he ain't a racist?
He's damn right. He's so stupid he don't realize how racist he is. But he's racist. He's obviously racist, but he's just crazy and stupid. I mean, he's mean too because he's ignorant. But Stephen Miller and Bannon and some of the others, they know what they're up to. I had the governor. Now, see, this is something in the country that it was a shameful time, and I was a young man, but I remember awful things happening in the South where the Klan would get out there and walk around and show off to everybody. You didn't see too many Nazis back then. I'll say that. It's more Klan. But nowadays, just said the governor of Virginia going to put a state of emergency because there's going to be Nazis running around everywhere.
How did we get to a point where the Nazis and the Russians are more popular with a sizable segment of American citizens, more popular than their own fellow Americans who may not agree with them or look like them or worship like them? They can go with the Nazis. And it's always been, I know. We two white fellas here in this store drinking beer, eating barbecue. Maybe we haven't been seeing all the racism.
We didn't see it. We didn't see it at all. We ain't ever dealt with it.
But not Nazi conventions.
Don't make a damn bit of sense. And you know damn well, Steve Miller, he don't want to come out and tell them Nazis he ain't racist. How dare you call me racist or this or that? I mean, that's
he is racist. He ain't gonna tell them nothing. Trump ain't gonna tell them nothing. I don't know how much of it's there's stupidity. Yes, there's actual racism also.
Yep.
There's also his friends. All his friends are racist. So like, it's a bunch of white guys. Who's he gonna? They have their code, the way they talk. Like, oh yeah, well you know that guy. He's not gonna be like, yes, he's gonna say I love black people, especially the ones who love me. He may have actually said those words in that order. I'm not 100% sure.
The one black person I had, well, besides good Dr. Ben Carson, who you don't hear much from him.
I know it's wrong to say. Look, Trump has only said bad things about black people, as far as I can tell. Except for Diamond and Silk.
Years and years, Diamond and Silk, Dr. Ben Carson, and I'm a Mosa.
But she's been taping him, so he's about to say bad stuff about her.
Oh, yeah.
All I know is I don't want to say that it's wrong to say black people are dumb while Dr. Ben Carson is still in the administration, but that might be racist.
If a white man saying it, yeah, I don't know how you get around it.
He's a brain surgeon. I guess you can say.
Well, he's smart in some ways.
Man, he's smart in some ways. He did endorse Donald Trump.
Well,
and served in his administration. I guess he's a smart shopper.
Well,
I mean, he knows what he wants.
Well, yeah, he knows what he wants, or what his wife wants. His
wife knows what
his
she
wife
wants.
under the bus. Yeah. I didn't know what that woman went in there and did. I don't have a clue.
All right, I guess I can't. I won't say that Dr. Ben Carson is stupid.
Well,
I didn't say doctor.
He's a doctor. He's a neurosurgeon.
He seems like a nice man who's serving in a cabinet that contributes to racism.
We met him out on the campaign. I liked him till he started getting real buddy with
Remember when he was just telling everybody to calm down? That was nice.
I like that. Yeah.
I mean, I don't. But that's racist. Oh, black people, as long as they're nice. Oh man, I'm just gonna stop saying the words black people.
Just Dr. Ben Carson.
I just wanted to reserve my right as an American. Oh, that sounds bad too.
Yeah.
To call Dr. Ben Carson stupid, but I wouldn't. I'm not. Have we done that? Probably. Erase. It's hard. It's hard to get mad. Then, see, here's a trick. Kids in cages. Nazis coming. Trump's probably going to be like, those Nazis, they're mostly bad. I hope they have a good time. No, don't. Not really. Tweet that out. People, what? But you get upset about that. At the same time, you're trying to figure out why he wants asbestos back in America. Full force.
What is it? It don't make any sense to me. Now, I ain't all greens, peace, or any of that stuff, but throwing coal in the sludge in the rivers and putting asbestos back, that don't make any sense. That may save a dime or two for somebody, but that kills people.
Loves asbestos. I hope Texas loves asbestos because Ted Cruz is begging Trump to come campaign for him.
I wish I could hear that phone call. I wish I could have heard that. Can you spare a minute on the phone? Who does he talk to before? Is it Stephen Miller? Who's he got to talk to before he gets President Dumbass on the phone?
I'd say they leave him on hold for a few hours.
Oh, yeah. They leaving him on hold, that's for sure. He better be dozing off and then say, hello. It's still on there.
I don't know if they're smart enough to figure this out, the White House Trump IT staff, but if they could figure out a way to have specific hold music for specific callers, and when Ted Cruz calls, they just put all the insults Trump lobbed at him on the campaign trail, that'd be pretty funny.
Yeah, pretty good. Yeah, made fun of Teddy. His wife was ugly. These are all awful things. I ain't laughing at the fact that he said awful things. I'm laughing at the fact he said all this to a man, a grown man. Said his wife was ugly. Said his dad killed John F. Kennedy, and then this man he kissed his rear end for it. That's what's funny. Is Ted Cruz, and also he's in trouble. We'll see this. Do you think Trump's gonna go down there and help him?
No, maybe. Who knows?
He likes rallies. If it's a rally, but if it does, I'm going to tell you this right now, if it goes down there and help him, now, I almost kind of wishing this happens, and it's terrible of me to say this because I wish nobody had to see him in public. First off, let me make that clear. But if he goes down there and do that, what do you think he's going to say about Ted Cruz when he brings him out on stage?
Oh, he's going to Lion Ted. Remember when I called him Lion Ted?
Yep.
You remember Lion Ted? That's all water under the bridge, folks. I tell you what, him insulting Ted Cruz would probably do more to help Ted Cruz than him and just pretending like nothing ever happened.
Well, maybe that's what he's got planned. Maybe that's what he got figured out. But he's hurting in these elections. They say down there, of course, there's elections the other night. Well, in Ohio. And the president, dumbass, excuse my language, was bragging on it, and the man just barely won. In Ohio, reddest to red as ever.
But they won all these elections. The Republicans won them all. I know Trump's saying 5 for 5 or whatever, which could have been an order he was given to.
Yeah, I don't know what that. Yeah, but they barely won. Look,
they keep winning. Trump barely won. Look,
you're right about that.
I just don't want people to be like,
good point.
Finally, people, America's waking up. No, America's not waking up.
No.
Listen, no.
They're waking up a little bit. Again, slow moving. Just a little bit.
Too slow.
Way too slow.
Too slow. If we got kids in cages, that's way too slow.
Well, they're going to run again in November anyway. Well, look, there's 68, Congress. This is Congress. 68 in the House, and all the Democrats need is 24 out of that 68. And I tell you what, where they're running the rest of them is a lot less red than Ohio. And if he come within, 1,000? I mean, it's still,
They ain't called it yet.
They ain't called it officially yet. They got to abstain vote or whatnot. And I ain't excited. Don't get me wrong here. I ain't excited about liberal Democrats all taking over, although I hear this fellow in Ohio, he don't like Nancy Pelosi, so that's good. And he don't like Bernie Sanders.
These are confused times, folks. We don't know who we're in the car with.
Well, I know I ain't in the car with all. What I'm saying is this is Republicans' fault. It's them. It's their own damn fault. They did this. It ain't Trump. It's them. If it was Trump, if there was a way to vote him out, we would have done it by now. I really believe it. I think people would have done it, even if it goes up 50. Still too many people on board for this. Don't get me wrong. I ain't trying to make light of it because there's way too many people in this country on board with this man. If you want to call him a man, whatever the hell he is.
People mad at the Green Party online, I guess, is great. You can tell they're not a real political party because people only get mad at them when they mess up an election.
Yep.
Like, people mad at the Democrats and Republicans all the time. You only think about the Green Party.
Nobody
when they're like,
talks about
who's
the
president now?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck that Green Party.
Watch your mouth.
You remember there's a Green Party? What was that? How did that happen? Was it who are those people? The Green Party. Fuck the Green Party.
Watch your mouth.
I party with Green Party people. They're a lot of fun. They got good connections.
I don't know. I know Ralph Nader. That's the only one. And he was funny. Funny to when he ran for president, he was funny looking, funny to watch. But
Is he alive?
I don't know. Is he still living?
I don't know. I can look it up on my phone, but
I didn't know we was going to talk about Ralph Nader on there. We've done our research, I think, if we had planned it out. But we didn't.
Probably if we had discussed talking about Ralph Nader, we would have said, let's just not talk about him.
Well, yeah. Who cares if he's dead or alive? What's the difference, basically? Yeah. Well, get mad at the Green Party. I don't care. I stay mad at the Green Party. I don't think about it one way or the other, like you said, but,
Let's do a little news roundup, Jackie. Let's
round it up here.
News roundup. New York Congressman accused of insider trading, Christopher Collins, one of Trump's first big supporters.
And first big supporters to get arrested, and I guarantee you, he ain't going to be the last.
What about Wilbur Ross, the Commerce Secretary, the little man who looked like the bald-headed man who played Piglet was on Alice and Bewitched. Remember that little man?
I remember that little man on Alice, yeah. And Bewitched, yeah. That's what but all shriveled up. He looked like
Pinky Piglet Styron. Longtime fans of this show will know.
Yeah.
So he's accused of bilking a hunt. So just everybody's a crook. I couldn't figure out why Trump would like a little bald man, because that doesn't seem like somebody he'd want in his cabinet.
Unless he'd make fun of him every now and then, something like that. But
shine his head up.
Yeah.
But it turns out he's a crook, so Trump respects him. Just all crooks. Just crooks, racists, Nazis, and idiots. If you're an idiot, you're like one of the best ones.
That's who's running the country.
Like Kelly seems pretty competent, but it's because he's still in there because he's also racist against. He likes immigrants in cages. It's Kelly.
Kelly comes off is a little bit better because he's not as openly racist as the rest of them is. He's not on the news saying
it's like
things
nostalgic to see somebody who hides their racism.
Yeah, that's what it used to be. There was still plenty of racists.
Oh, remember?
You kept it to yourself, or your other, unless you saved it for that night for your little rally when you put your little hood on. Where you go.
So Kelly he said he was going to be there till 2020. Why does he hate himself so much?
I think first off, who gives a damn? He deserves this. If he's going to sit there and have to take this, they say he's in a little office down the hall and don't even know what's going on. Nobody talks to him anymore. So I guess maybe he likes that. But
what's he do all day? Just online shop?
I don't know what he's doing. Hell, tell me what he did when he was actually doing stuff.
Just get frustrated?
Yeah,
I think, but
hold his head in his hands a lot. What did he do?
His job literally was to facepalm. Like, his job was to say, I wouldn't do that if I were you.
That's all
he did. And then they'd go to a dinner, and then Trump would, Michael Scott it up, and then he'd be in the background cutting his eyes to the camera. Like, terrible fucking job. You're like the Toby of this White House administration. Like, you did a terrible job. You have a terrible job, and you did it terribly. So, congratulations on your impotent office down the hall.
Yep. He thinks in some ways, some regards, some of these people, because they always say that you need to quit and protest. They're telling different people, different areas of the government, you need to quit and protest to this. If they don't happen, if they hadn't come out on board with all the Nazi stuff yet, they're like, well, you need to get out. But a lot of these people are scared. I mean, they think they need to be there to keep things running.
Do you think he actually thinks he can, he's long-legged, right? So he might be able to sprint down the hall and grab a nuclear football out of Trump's hands.
If he had to, or he has some young people underneath him, he can sit down and do it for him.
I don't even have this wrote down on this sheet of paper here, but Jackie, did you hear that the Veterans Administration, that he's got like a shadow cabinet down in Mar-a-Lago?
This gets me mad.
Perlmutter down there, he's like saying, no more Fantastic Four comics. And also, let me see your plans for mental health for this nation's veterans.
That's how much he cares for veterans right there, folks.
Like, can't we focus on the Inhumans? And also, how are those new toilets coming for the VAs? Can we... Listen, no. It's important for... I don't know how Ike Perlmutter talks. It's important for the toilets to work at the VAs. I don't even know what he'd say.
I still remember back when the night he threw a fit, wasn't going to be on TV because they said something bad about him or whatever the hell. It wouldn't go on TV, and instead I'm going to raise money for the vets. See, I remember when it did this.
Oh, yeah.
They had to it took them 3 or 4 weeks to get the money out of it.
Let me tell you something. Nobody in the Trump administration gives a fuck about vets.
Watch him
Nobody
out.
in the Trump administration gives a fuck about Chicago. Nobody in the Trump administration gives a fuck about anything. All they want to do. Trump doesn't care about California being on fire. I mean, he knows there's some voters like in Orange County and up where the fires are.
The man don't care about
but
anything.
He doesn't care. He doesn't even care about his own voters. He just cares about being able to insult people with things. Chicago, all the black people killing each other. Like veterans, the Democrats are really screwing us on this veteran thing. Like, I don't care. This is all just like attack. Remember, Russia used to be a big thing. You remember Russia? When people hated Russia? I don't give a fuck about Russia.
Watch him out. I tell you what, every time I see these people going to the damn rallies and wearing better the Russian than a Democrat, they need to get on a plane, or somebody needs to put them on a plane and drop them in the middle of Moscow quick. You better hope you don't wear one of them. I ain't crazy about a Democrat, but I'll take they're still American, by God. And him treating the veteran to get these, who knows, down there in drinking whatever they drink, champagne cocktail, whatever the hell they're doing, sitting around, and we're going to fix this veteran problem. The hell they are. Makes me mad. And I ain't crazy about John McCain.
What they're trying to figure out is how they're going to make money off these veterans.
Well, yeah, that's exactly what they're trying to do. They're going to try to figure out how to make money off of everybody, everything. That's all they're doing.
And then they can say, we love veterans, in the line in their pocket with money. I mean, everybody's corrupt. People see this, right? Oh, my head.
Like I said, I ain't too crazy about John McCain for political reasons, but I respect the man for serving the country. Just that alone, what is he? There's an old video of him they're running again. Like, yeah, I know he always said he was always a racist. We just found this video. Yes, he disrespected the military. Yes, I'm not surprised. He's always been a racist. You go back as far as you can, you find some tape or whatever it is. Yeah, I know this. He ain't changed. The man ain't had to change. He's had money in his pocket. He getting crazy when he getting old, senile, and crazy.
Omarosa says that.
Well, that may be an excuse for it. Plus, he's just plumb mean. He's just ignorant and mean.
Ignorant and mean, it's a big part of it.
Yeah.
He tweeted about the Russia meeting, tweeted a confession, basically, but nobody cares.
Well, they're already bending it that way. Giuliani, and they're already saying collusion ain't a crime. They're staring it this way. Now, I can't tell because he's such an idiot. Did somebody tell, these Twitter twatters, I don't get on the computer anyway. You have to tell me what he's saying on there. Or the news has to tell me what the hell the damn president does on the damn computer. Excuse my language. But let me tell you now. I lost my train of thought. What was I trying to say here?
Something about the computers?
The news is telling me what he does on the computer. But that wasn't what I was trying to say. Never mind. I'm getting up there in age myself. I shouldn't call him senile.
I guess you should go easier on Trump then.
No, I ain't going easy on him.
He said Donald Trump Jr. was his wonderful son. That was my favorite part. See, sometimes, no matter how bad politics it gets, sometimes people can come together at a moment of love. Like in Donald Trump Jr.'s Hallmark movie of the last 2 years, that's the climax. That tweet comes out, Donald Trump Jr. is sitting there reading it, crying. Maybe he runs into the room where Kimberly, what's her name is, like, look, he's got his laptop. He's like swinging it around. They hug each other. And he never hears from his, like the crawl comes on the screen. Donald Trump Jr. never heard from his father again. Yeah. The end.
Did you see Donald Trump Jr.? Did you see that? Somebody showed me that on computer. Him on Laura Ingraham.
Why would somebody show you? Do you have any actual friends?
Well, not really. No, I ain't. Well, you know, some people, they ain't showing me stuff on computers. If you's a friend, you probably ain't doing that. But he's on Laura Ingraham. She asked him, what about all this? You know, first he said this, then he said that and all that. And it literally, the phone's messed up. Hello?
That's a good trick.
Oh, it works. I've done it before. I knew what he was doing. But look, if Laura Ingraham is a challenge for Donald Trump Jr., there is no place he can go on TV.
There should not be. There
No.
should not be.
He should have never been on TV.
And then they want. And listen, he's dumber than his father, probably.
Yeah.
Dumber and just worse. Is he worse? Who, if you had to choose
I don't
an
want
8-hour car ride?
No, there ain't no right answer for this. Might as well flip a coin because it don't make any damn difference. It's awful. Maybe I could tolerate the little and a little bit better because the other one just is awful to look at. They both are. They're both awful to look at. And I, tolerate what you say, fat shames and all this and all that. Both of them look. One looks just greasy and nasty. The young one, his hair slicked back, just like, oh, get away from me. And then the other one just fat and probably smells terrible. I don't want to be around either one, but maybe the young and maybe.
Community theater version of Ken Wall is Donald Trump Jr. If fucking
Hey, what you mean?
Donald Trump Jr. can't beat Laura Ingraham when they're playing for the same team, Donald Trump is not going to beat Robert Mueller.
No, they're supposed to come up with an answer today. They said that to come up with. We responded to the Mueller team about asking the president some questions, and we're going to wait and see what he says. What the hell kind of deal you think they proposed?
I heard they want to narrow the scope of the questions.
Wait, what, his name and when he was born? It'd be lucky if he don't lie about that.
They would have to get the scope narrower than Trump's blood vessels to get anything. Like, Trump is not going to. Oh, man. I feel sorry for Robert Mueller having to sit there and talk to Trump.
I do, too. I know he's got to do it. That's his job.
Trump thinks this is his heat moment. He thinks this is De Niro and Pacino getting together, like the two, the thief and the cop and the best of the best coming together. Enemies, but they respect each other. But he's going to walk out of there in handcuffs. Yeah. Like, he's going to, he's going to spill stuff. Would you like some coffee? He's going to spill coffee or Coke. Give me a Coke. He's going to spill that all over himself. He's going to, hurt his testicle. He's going to, get a nose, something. He's not even going to be able to sit there unscathed. And then, what am I saying? Look at this state of this country. We're oh, yeah, there's no way Donald Trump's going to go in there. He'll probably Robert Mueller come out arrested. We'll be like, why did that happen? We're like, That's just what happens now. The worst thing.
It's pretty regular nowadays.
Robert Mueller have a heart attack in there. Trump be giving him CPR. There'll be video of it. Trump saves Mueller. His approval will go up to 90%. Everybody will drop it. They just start throwing brown kids in cages again.
Pitiful. Well, I see how it's going to play out. He's going to get subpoenaed eventually, and then he's going to plead the fifth. That's exactly what's going to happen. You wait and see. Unless, I always have to think that Mueller about 4 or 5 steps ahead. If he got some sort of loophole to get him, you say, I'm just going to ask you about this. He knows probably just what to ask him, and Lord knows they don't. Is Trump telling them everything? Do they know? I mean, remember what his lawyer went on TV, the other one, not Joe Lano, and went on there and said, well, you said it was, they didn't have a meeting, and it was about adoption, and he said, well, back then I had bad information. Well, you got that from the president. So how could you be a lawyer in doing anything? How could you do anything, period, no matter what you're functioning? I feel bad for his butler or whoever else you got to be around. But being a lawyer, you need to tell me everything. Oh, yeah, I told you last night. And then, the next day, Oh, remember we went and did. You never mentioned that.
Jackie, it's 2018.
Yeah.
Does anybody have good information?
Hey, you're right about that. How y'all doing this still Jackie Bros on here?
Folks, people, this is Dunlap. Hey, I hope you enjoyed the first part of the podcast where we talk about Donald Trump, who's the president of America right now.
Yeah, I don't enjoy it, but, you know.
But coming up, we've got some great entertainment for you. We've got some great, where Jackie and I are just going to sit down. We're going to sing some songs.
What?
Probably going to do some dancing.
No, I ain't going to do
We're probably
going to
do like dancing, but like, radio dancing where you just
I
hear
ain't
the
gonna
tap.
Dance on there.
Take it, Jackie.
No.
You know how you do that?
Nope.
Do you know? I'm not sure I know.
What do you mean? Do I know? I ain't going to dance on here. There ain't no reason to it, and I ain't going to sing nothing. We didn't plan no song.
But first, before we get to that, we've got some important business to take care of. Every podcast got to keep the lights on, and this one is no different. We, of course, got to do our podcast sponsors. Usually Jackie takes the lead on this while I sit back and just...
I mean, take your lead on it. You got a sponsor, too. We're supposed to both get a sponsor. I ain't going to be the only one going to get a sponsor. You need to make sure you get
your sponsor first, and I do.
That's fine, but the way you sound like you said you're going to kick... I'm going to do the sponsor while you kick back and drink your 46th beer or whatever, however many you're drinking.
I lost count.
No, but you get it. It's both of our duties. That was part of the deal. I get a sponsor, you get a sponsor. And pads are John, people give us money. I guess we should tell everybody that if you like what you hear, want to hear more, it's on what is it called?
Patreon. We appreciate everybody on there
Thank
giving
you
us
kindly.
money.
We
now.
sure do appreciate it.
If you give us money on Patreon, you get 20 extra minutes with Jackie Dunlap every week.
Yep.
You're helping us do other podcasts like Redneck Matinee. New episodes coming soon.
Yep.
Where rednecks watch redneck movies. The rednecks being me and Jackie Brawls.
Yeah, watch them mostly good movies.
The first two were on Gator and White Lightning. And now we put up a poll about what movies the people who give us money would like us to talk about next, and those also star Burt Reynolds.
Smokey and a Bandit, yeah.
So you got more movies coming soon on Redneck Matinee. That's Red State Update, Patreon.com, Red State. Just Google Patreon, Patreon, and Red State Update. And go to your podcast places and download and listen to Redneck Matinee.
Hey, Padron, what is it? I can't get my mouth around it. Padron. Well, thank you kindly.
Thank you kindly.
And we also thank our sponsors. We also got some sponsors on here. I got a good sponsor I like a lot. Now, many of you know I was in the barbecue business for a while, so I don't give out just to any,
Are you doing that now?
Well, I mean, not for a living.
You have a store? I'm confused about
No, not at the moment. I don't think I do anyway, do I?
Somebody tell us.
If I have a store, I want to go to it. Somebody let me know, because I used to have a bunch of them, and now, as far as I know, I ain't got none, but I may have one out there. If I do, we go there.
We need to. Aren't I supposed to be satanic in some way? Did we leave a few threads dangling?
Yes, you are. Right.
I just don't feel like things have been the same since around episode 300, 301. I feel like maybe, how some people say that like we're in an alternate timeline because there's no way Donald Trump could be president. We're in like something happened in this whole world. I think it started with the Berenstain Bears and now it's wound up with the Trump presidency. I hope that's true. I hope there's a real world somewhere.
I'd take the Berenstain Bears as, president. Could you vote for one of them? That'd be a good president. One of them's smart, right? One of the daddy one, he knows what's going on, right?
I don't think he was the smart one.
Who was the smart one?
Maybe the little girl.
That's fine. She'd be fine. I just can't remember what they did. I remember looking at them, but what did the Berenstain Bears do? Well, I don't remember what they did. They wore clothes.
Did they open a restaurant once?
I can't remember. But either way, I'd take any one of them. Even if my daddy wasn't a smart one, I'd take him over Fred the Dumbass.
They have a dog. Usually don't let your dog get near the bears.
A dog won't want to get near the bed. Dog just barking. They just bark it.
I'm pretty sure we talked about this on another episode, but I do happen to have here the Berenstain Bears Storybook Bible.
That's the Bible stories, and I know that. They're dressed up as characters in the Bible. But what did they normally do? I mean, I know they did this too. Were they always something different? I can't remember. I just remember them sitting around.
Didn't they do aerobics once in the 80s?
I don't know. I used to remember youngins sitting around reading it. I don't know what they did. I don't remember now. I'm sure I read it to some youngins over here, but I can't remember.
Didn't they just keep up with trends? Like, one like, eggs are bad for you, Berenstain Bears.
That sounds right, I guess. Well, getting back to my sponsor, as a lot of you know, that's how we get started talking about this. Years ago, well, not that long ago, it wasn't years ago, but years and years, I ran a barbecue stand. So when I'm talking about barbecue, I think I'm at liberty to say that I know what the hell I'm talking about, and I do. Now, this particular barbecue that is our sponsor here, now, it's still on the bone. It's barbecue ribs, what that is. Now, I didn't do that. I had pulled pork is what I did. He make sandwich with, but this is rib. And you want some ribs, this is a place to go. It's Rib Rubbers Barbecue.
Wait, what?
Rib Rubbers Barbecue.
Rib Rubbers Barbecue?
Good stuff. Good eating. Rib Rubbers Barbecue. Get down there.
Wait, you saying barbecue or Rib Rubbers? My sponsor's Rib Rubbers.
Rib Rubbers Barbecue?
Did you come in and steal my sponsor away from me?
I didn't. No, I went and talked. I talked to the owner, the proprietor of that place a couple of days ago, and we said he didn't mention anything about you having him as a sponsor. I thought I was the only one.
Well, I got $25 here from Rib Rubber. Oh, wait. So you're not just talking barbecue boring, I used to do this and that, nobody cares.
No, Rib Rubbers Barbecue.
Sells barbecue. Rib Rubbers?
Rib Rubbers.
Wait a minute. But my place is Rib Rubber. They don't sell. Rib Rubbers. My sponsor is Rib Rubber. Durable rubber mats and flooring.
What is it?
Ribbed rubber, durable rubber mats and flooring.
Well, that ain't, mine's Rib Rubbers.
But you can tell, you can see the confusion. I heard Rib Rubbers, and I thought I heard Rib Rubbers.
No,
Rib Rubbers.
I said Rib Rubbers Barbecue. That's what I'm talking about. I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
I'm talking about ribbed rubber, durable mats and flooring. A wide selection of rubber flooring rolls and tiles.
Well, that's a different sponsor then. That ain't mine. That's
Are we
else.
sure, though, that maybe I didn't go in the back, you come in the front, and in the front it's Rib Rubbers, and in the back it's Ribbed Rubber?
Who runs Ribbed Rubbers?
Rip Reynolds?
No, see, now, Rib Rubbers Barbecue's run by Rob Rivers.
Wait a minute. Rob Rivers runs Rib Rubbers?
Rob Rivers runs Rib Rubbers, yeah.
Well, Rip Reynolds runs Rip Rubber.
Well,
Not Rob Rivers. So I guess we're talking about two different places.
I don't know if I know Rip Reynolds.
Well, I don't know if I know Rob Rivers and Rib Rubbers and whatever the hell it is.
Rob Rivers. You know Rob Rivers. You've seen him before.
Do you know Rip Reynolds, who runs Rip Rubber?
If
Professional grade rubber flooring, rolls, treadmill mats, and home gym flooring?
If I know him, I don't remember him.
Oh, so you're just accusing me of making some shit up again? I
don't know. If you got $25, put it in the kitty, as we say. But my sponsor is, I know it is real. It is Rib Rubbers Barbecue, run by Rob Rivers. You know Rob Rivers. You remember him. He used to run. His brother used to run with him. Rennie Rivers.
Rennie Rivers ran with Rob Rivers, who runs Rib Rubbers.
You run with Rennie Rivers, who Rob Rivers' brother.
I run with Rennie Reynolds.
Who's that?
Some old boy I know. He's dead.
Well, if he's dead, you don't run with him anymore.
I used to run with Rennie Reynolds. I never run with a Rennie Rivers.
Are you telling me Rennie?
I used to run the roads with Rennie Reynolds, but I never run the roads.
You're saying Rennie Reynolds, not Rennie Rivers.
Yes.
Well, don't say you scare me like that. You say Rennie Rivers is dead. It scares the hell out of me. I
didn't say Rennie Rivers was dead. I said Rennie Reynolds is dead.
Well, it sounded like you said Rennie Rivers. That's Rob Rivers' brother.
Rip Reynolds
is
Rennie Reynolds' brother, who runs Ripped Rubber, Wide Rib, Corrugated Rubber Runner.
Whose brother? Wait a minute. Who's related to who?
These Wide Rib Rubber Runner mats improve slip resistance and protect floors. Rennie Reynolds and Rip Reynolds were brothers.
So it's Rob Rivers and Rennie Rivers.
Rennie Reynolds slipped on a wet floor, and that's what propelled Rip Reynolds into the rib rubber business.
Well, as far as I know, Rennie Rivers is doing fine. I think he just enjoys.
I don't know who the fuck Rennie Rivers is.
Yeah, you used to run with him. I'm telling you, you used to run with him. Rob Rivers' brother, Rennie Rivers. You knew back, and it's been a long time, but you used to run around with him.
What's he look like?
He don't look like Rob. He looks different.
Rick?
Rick.
Ricky Rivers?
No, I talk about Rennie Rivers. Rob Rivers heavy set. Rennie Rivers skinny. It look like,
Well, who's Ricky Rivers?
Who Ricky?
Ricky Rivers.
I don't know who Ricky Rivers is. I'm talking about Rob Reynolds.
I remember
Rob Rivers, proprietor of
who's
Robert's
Rob
Barbecue. What?
I remember a Ricky Rivers. I don't remember a Rob Reynolds.
You knew a Rennie Rivers.
I knew a Rennie Reynolds.
You used to run with him. No, a long time ago, y'all used to act a fool. I remember it.
All I know is that Rip Reynolds had a brother named Rennie Reynolds. Rip Reynolds, who runs Rib Rubber, has a brother named
don't know.
Rennie Reynolds, rest in peace.
Rip Reynolds. I know Rob Rivers.
Rip Reynolds runs Ribbed fucking Rubber.
Watch your mouth.
Corrugated rubber, fine ribbed rubber matting is 1/8 thick industrial matting that is available in an assortment of lengths.
Who's he related to? I don't know if I can know him.
Rennie Reynolds.
Rennie Rivers is who you used to run with. That's
right.
Rob Rivers. Skinny. One's fat, one's skinny. Anyhow, my sponsor's Rib Robert's Barbecue.
Who gives a shit?
Watch your mouth. I care because I told him I'd do it, and I'm trying to do it.
You done ruined mine.
No, I didn't. You ruined both of them because now nobody's going to know which is what. Some people going to go try to get some barbecue, ask for a rubber man or something. I don't understand.
They're going to go to Rib Rubbers run by... It's pretty simple, folks. Rib Rubbers is run by Rob Rivers, who has a brother named Rennie Rivers that I never run with.
Well,
Ribbed Rubber is run by Rip Reynolds, who had a brother named Rennie Reynolds. Rest in peace.
He did. I don't think I know him, so.
Is barbecue good, though?
It's real good. Yeah, it's good. It's right off a rib. Yeah.
You ought to try some of this flooring. It's get the durability, slip resistance, and easy installation all in one mat.
I got just a mat I have got from Kmart put down the shower so I don't slip.
That'll do just as good.
Yeah, it does.
Let's be honest.
I wish I'd have Kmart for a sponsor. I tell you what.
You remember that 24-hour drugstore they used to have? We all used to call that Ripped Rubbers.
What was it?
Now's the time that we both have to go. Our podcast come out really great, we know. Our time is at an end, so until we meet again, we'll just have to say goodbye, friend. Saying bye-bye always brings us down.
see everybody later. Thank you kindly for coming on here and hitting whatever button that makes it play and listen to us talk.
Remember when people used to make jokes about Gilligan's Island?
What?
I feel like used to, there was a bunch of just people do stand-up comedy, go on Dinosaur or whatever, say a 3-hour tour or whatever. And they just had a couple of damn coconuts, and now nobody knows what the fuck Gilligan's Island is.
Well, there ain't a reference that young people are going to know. Comedian is pretty lazy if he's going to do something on a show that's already funny.
That's true.
Yeah.